Well, good evening, race fans, and we welcome you to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, it's the penultimate round of the 2022 JSI Sundays Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. We are live here at one of the latest racetracks here on the iRacing.com service. It's the fastest racetrack around here on iRacing at the moment. It's the Port Royal Speedway. And, well, right now, race fans, it's going to be a belter. Braden Miller is currently quick time out on the speedway at the moment. And I tell you what, we're going to see some fast lap times here tonight. Darcy Wilson currently second quick. Joel Berkeley in the house as well. Then you're back to Brad O'Brien, Callum Davidson. Thomas Mitchell, sixth quick. Titan Vanderwoord, seventh quick. Out on the speedway at the moment is Haydo Bish in the 67 car. And Haydo is 45th quick out on the racetrack with a 16.564. Lewis Clark at the top of the time boards, race fans. Clark goes quick time, 15.628. Braden Miller, second quick, then back to Darcy Wilson, position 3. Within the last 20 seconds, race fans, Lewis Clark comes out onto the racetrack and goes bang. What a lap from Lewis Clark. We will get your official qualifying results coming up onto your screen right now. And there it is, Clark, Miller, Wilson, Berkeley. Then back to O'Brien, Davidson, Mitchell, Vanderwoord, Plater, and Sean Stevens to round out your top 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 1, Brent Hobbs and Alex Gavia on the front row, Rowan Jones and Hayden Vickers, row 2. Callum Davidson and Lewis Clark, your fast time man. We will start from position number 6 in heat number 1. Then back to Nash Granger, Riley Simpson, Michael Rutledge, and Todd Gaudry, rounding out your 10-car field here in heat race number 1. Race fans, let's get set to let them loose. We're going to let them loose out of turn number 4. So we're going to pace car off the circuit right now. So here we go, race fans. Heat race number 1. 12 on the board. We're green. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. And well, your opening race leader is Brent Hobbs. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go once again. Into turns number 3 and 4. Rowan Jones coming through the field and takes the race lead off Brent Hobbs. We are caution yellow on the speedway. So we will check out what happened on the racetrack. Callum Davidson, we believe it is in the 17 car. So Davidson just tagged the left rear of the 15 car of Hayden Vickers. And unfortunately, went around on the back straight away. So shouldn't be much damage to the 17 car of Callum Davidson. So we will line them up once again, 2x2 formation. And well, We're only a couple of laps into heat race number 1. Rowan Jones, your race leader. The speedshop51.com, Jones Racing number 25. Up at the point at the moment. Then back to Brent Hobbs in position number 2. That is the Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 64 car. Massive big thanks to that team for coming on board as a title sponsor for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. And well, we are set to go once again here at Port Royal Speedway. Well, race fans, here we go. Set to go back to green. Out of turn number 4 as we are right now. Back down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Rowan Jones heads down the back straight away. We've got another car around on the back stretch as they come flying out of turn number 4 and down the main straightaway this time. They're wheel to wheel in turn 1 and 2. Gaudry and Hobbs. Hobbs through the middle. Gaudry on the top side. Gaudry up to position number 3. Mind you, the 77 car of Todd Gaudry started in position number 10. And he's up to the top 3 right now on the speedway. Down the back straight away we go. Nash, Granger, all out of shape down the back of the bus at the moment. As we exit turn number 4 and down the main straightaway. Jones in trouble. Rowan Jones in trouble in the 25. Lewis Clark, now your race leader, started in the 6th position. In the Track Tech number X machine. As they exit turn number 4 and down the main straightaway. 3 laps left to go in heat race number 1. And it's all on tonight, race fans. Into corners number 3 and 4. We're going down the main straightaway this time. The battle is still on. Gaudry in the 13 car, the GoPro. Lucas Oil Products, number 13 car, on the top side of the racetrack right now. Into turns number 1 and 2. We're going down the back straightaway for the final time. How about it, race fans? He's starting in the 6th position. Out of turn number 4, and Lewis Clark will win heat race number 1. And what a race. It had all sorts of action in that one. So we'll check out your official results for heat race number 1. There it is. Lewis Clark, Todd Gaudry. They're back to Hobbs, Vickers, Jones, Gavia, Granger, Davidson, Rutledge, and Riley Simpson. Race fans, here is your grid right now for heat race number 2. And it is Kai Jensen, the 75 from 1 to his outside, driving the FSI Motorsports number 49. That is Ryan Avila. Position number 3 with a 98 car of Nick Ryan. Position number 4 with a 94 car of Bo Nation. Position number 5 hails all the way from WA, driving the Vortex Sim Sports, Speedshop51.com, Pace Graphics. WA02, that is the Leadfoot Kid, Thomas Mitchell. Position number 6 with his, should be in the 2 car tonight, that is Braden Miller. Position number 7 with a 51 car of Tyler Stralo. Position number 8 with the JSI Racing Valvoline sponsored Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 74, that is Jason Burke. Position number 9 with a 78 car of Johnny Schultz and Scott Medhurst. And the 38 car will start from position number 10. So, race fans, we are set to let them loose. Kai Jensen and Ryan Avila on the front row. Set to go green. 12 on the board. Let's go racing. Good start for Kai Jensen. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Settles the race car. Avila takes the race lead down the back straight away. We've got trouble in turn 1. We are cautioned yellow on the racetrack. I do believe Jason Burke was involved in there. So too John Schultz. We'll check out what happened on the speedway as they went into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Jason Burke just tagged the back of Thomas Mitchell. And unfortunately, for the 78 car of John Schultz, has had nowhere to go in that one. So we will get set to let them loose. Once again, race fans, we're set to go back to green. So how about Ryan Avila in the 49 car? We've seen this guy a couple of times this season. And I tell you what, every time we've seen him thus far, he has been fast in that 49 car. As the pace car jumps off the circuit, we're set to go back to green. Avila and Jensen, Bo Nation and Braden Miller out of position number 4. Stralo up into P6. Back to green we go. Oh no, not the start you want. Not sure exactly what happened there. That was all sorts of muddled up on the start. Let's see if we can actually go back and find out what happened. So as I came out of turn number 4, Ryan Avila went to jump on the gas. Bo Nation went to jump on the gas as well. And looks like Nick Ryan went down the racetrack. So too did Kai Jensen. So not the way you want to start your night here at Port Royal Speedway. So we can sort of get a little bit of that. So not the way you, like I said, you want to start your night here at Port Royal. The penultimate round of the JSI Sundays Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. We've got one more week to go. Next week we go to the famous Eldora Speedway for the grand finale for this season. And Clayton Davies is your points leader. I didn't actually see him in the qualifying results tonight, race fans, so I'm not actually sure if he's in attendance. Your current series points leader, Clayton Davies, yet to be seen on the racetrack. So, let's get set to let them loose once again. Tyler Stralo races lightning sprints for a living. Normally see him in the Dryden number 51 Lightning Sprint Car. Tonight, behind the wheel of the iRacing TJS Sim Sports Slick Apparel number 51. So we're set to go back to green out of turn number 4. Avila jumps back on the gas. Back down to 1 and 2 we go. Avila on the top side. Pulls a little bit of a gap between himself and Stralo as they go into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Avila caught the wall in turn 3 and 4. As they go back down to 1 and 2. Pretty cool shot of the cars going into turn 1 and 2 there. As they roll down the back straightaway into corners number 3 and 4 we go this time. Down the main straightaway. Tyler Stralo putting pressure on the 49. Into 1 and 2 we go. Slide job on Ryan Avila from Tyler Stralo. Stralo side by side right now with Avila into turn number 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway we go. Wheel to wheels across the line. Give that lap to Tyler Stralo. Right across the nose of the 49 car though. Into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway we go. Into corners number 3 and 4. Nick Ryan just putting around the bottom side of the speedway. He's got a bit of a damaged race car. Just trying to keep up the points of the 98 entry. As they head down the back straight away for the final time into turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to get out the checkered flag, race fans? Wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. Ryan Avila will get the win. Second will go to Stralo. Third to Braden Miller. Fourth to Kai Jensen. Fifth went to Jason Burke. Sixth to Johnny Schultz. Wow, wee. Good race in heat race number 2. So we will take a look at your official results for heat race number 2. There it is. Avilia, Stralo, Miller, Jensen, Burke, top 5. Then you back to Schultz, Mitchell, Medhurst, Nick Ryan, and Bo Nation to round out your 10-car field. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 3, and it is Ethan Bastian, the Allure Esports Horsham Off-Road back number 54. Will start from position number 1 to his outside, driving the AHG number 97. That is Alex Hanna. Position number 3 will be the 14 car of Cooper Wilson. Position before, driving the 57 car. We welcome him back as well this week, driving the 57 machine from position before. That is Sam Haycock. Position number 5 will be the 007 of Titan Vanderward. Darcy Wilson, the 5 will start from 6. You're back to Darren Silcock, Brooke Marquis, row 4. You're back to Stephen Haley and Daniel Nickel on the 5th and final row. Here in heat race number 3. Pace car off the circuit, 12 laps is the distance. Heat 3, is green. Into turns 1 and 2, we're going down the back straight away for the first time. Ethan Bastian is your early race leader. It's a turn number 3 and 4. We run for the first time. 3 wide out of turn number 4 though. Bastian got a bit sideways. Give the race lead now to Cooper Wilson in turn 1 and 2. Darcy Wilson though. And there it is. Ethan Bastian upside down on the back straight away. Darcy Wilson trying to come through the field as well in the 5 entry, the Cush Clothing number 5 car. United Sim Sports entry. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Slide job on Alex Hanna by Darcy Wilson. Hanna turns it back underneath him down the main straight away into turn 1 and 2 we go once again. Your race leader is Cooper Wilson. We're now 3 laps in the books. We got 1 car turned around on turn number 2. That was Stephen Haley. As we go into turns 3 and 4 this time by down the main straight away. Wilson. That is Darcy Wilson, looks for second. Alex Hanna turns it back underneath him in turn 1 and 2. We are caution yellow on the speedway. And well, looks like it is Sam Haycock bringing out the yellow here in heat race number 3. And yeah, well, there it is. Just caught the wall on the main straight away. And well, race fans, that is what you get for wall riding. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing next time around the racetrack. Yellow lights will get set to extinguish around the circuit. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. Alex Hanna, Cooper Wilson, front row, set to go back to green. 6 laps left to go. Good start for Cooper Wilson. Good restart for Brooke Marquis though. Marquis up now to position number 4 on the speedway. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go this time by down the main straight away. Brooke Marquis in the 71 is absolutely on a mission right now in that 71 car. Down to turns 1 and 2. We go nearly 3 wide. Down the back straight away. In the corners number 3 and 4, Cooper Wilson. About half a car length in it. Down the main straightaway this time. Back down to 1 and 2 we go. We've got 3 laps left to run. Marquis through the middle. Looking for third on Alex Hanna right now. Trying to secure a spot into tonight's A-main. In the corners number 3 and 4. No, we got a big crash. Titan Vanderwood it was. And Alex Hanna in turn 3 and 4. That is not what we want here in heat race number 3. Cooper Wilson will come around the speedway and collect the white flag. Darcy Wilson now up to P2. Brooke Marquis in position number 3. But down the back, shot away into turns 3 and 4. As they exit turn 4 this time by, how about a race fans? Cooper Wilson will get the job done in heat race number 3. Darcy Wilson will come home second. Brooke Marquis a strong finishing third. And well, good way to so we'll get your results up for heat race number 3. There it is. Cooper Wilson, Darcy Wilson, positions 1 and 2. Then you're back to Brooke Marquis in position number 3. Daniel Nicol drove his way up the field as well into position number 4 and gets to the final transfer spot into tonight's A-main. Titan Vanderwood, Ethan Bastian, Alex Hanna, Darren Silcock, Sam Haycock, and then you're back to Stephen Haitley in position number 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 4. It is the JSI Racing Valvoline sponsored Hobbs Trenching and Boring. Number 12, that is Jason Crawford. Position number 2 will be the 48 car of Luke Wilson. Position number 3 with the 42 of Paul Bryan. Position number 3, your car and series points leader. Good to see him in the house tonight. Driving the Hobbs Trenching and Boring ABR Setup Shop. Western Machine Shop, Atlantic Oils, number 50. It is Clayton Davies. Position number 5, driving the Team 10 Motorsports Dutton 1. Number 69, that is Craig Plater. Position number 6, driving car number 9 tonight, that'll be Joel Berkeley. Position number 7 from Queensland in the 47 car, that is Kinzer Claridge. Jaden Russell in the 27 car will start from 8. Cole Ferguson, the 81 from 9. And Gary Redcliffe in the 85 will start from position number 10. Set to go, race fans. Heat race number 4 is green. Into 1 and 2 we go. Crawford with the early race lead down the back straight away, and we are caution yellow on the speedway. So we've got a bit of a yellow flag situation early in heat race number 4. Unfortunately, nothing coming up on my live timing and scoring. So unfortunately, we won't have a replay for that one. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing once again. How about Jason Crawford with that start? The JSI Racing Hobbs Trenching and Boring Harman Designs on board that car as well. Sweet looking ride for Jason Crawford. Also got Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, SP Tools, KRE Race Engines on board that race car. And no doubt that KRE is on point tonight. So Jason Crawford, Luke Wilson on the front row. Davies and Berkeley, row 2. Set to go back to green. Was Jason Crawford got underneath the hood of that race car tonight? Because that's a bullet right now. We're back to green. Into 1 and 2 we go. Berkeley on the top side, caught the wall in 1 and 2. 3 wide down the back straight away to turn 3 and 4. Russell comes through the field as well. Into turns 3 and 4. They're bumping wheels. No, Joel Berkeley, your points leader. Clayton Davies in the wall in turn 3 and 4. And that is not the way you want to start your night. Oh my. Let's go back and take a look at that. I think there may be a little bit of a how you going situation in that one. So they started, actually let's pause that and rewind. So as they went into turn 3 and 4, they were 2 wide, 2 by 2. Jaden Russell just caught the rear end of the number 9 machine of Joel Berkeley. Paul Bryan sort of had to really know where to go. I think Joel Berkeley tried to drive out of that. But unfortunately, Davies also caught up in that incident as well. He was on the bottom side of the speedway. I hope that there is no damage on that 50 car. Looks like maybe a front end broken on that machine. I hope there isn't. He is still on the racetrack. So hopefully no damage on that. Hobbs Drenching and Boring ABR Setup Shop. Western Machine Shop Atlantic Oils number 50 entry. It is a little bit crab walking down the back straightaway. So we'll keep an eye on the 50 entry of Clayton Davies. Your car and series points leader at the moment. Back to green we go. Good restart once again for Jason Crawford into turn 1 and 2 we go. Down the back straight away this time into turns number 3 and 4. Berkeley's coming back through the field as well. So too Clayton Davies. Davies tries to put a slider on Paul Bryan. Couldn't make it work though. Down the main straight away we go once again. 2 by 2 in turn 1 and 2. And well, Crawford's got the lead by a nose hair if you don't mind. Luke Wilson in the 48 car. Trying to make his way back through the field as well. Jaden Russell pushes up the racetrack big time in turn 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Paul Bryan up into position number 3 in the 42 entry. Down the back straight away we go. Into corners number 3 and 4. Here comes Wilson to the inside of Crawford. Down the main straight away we go. They're wheel to wheel across the stripe. Into 1 and 2 we go. Crawford had to jump on the brakes in 1 and 2 to try and avoid Luke Wilson. Meanwhile, Paul Bryan gets the run down the back straight away, moves up into position number 2. Russell comes through the field in the 27 car. Down the main straight away we go once again into 1 and 2. Crawford just tagged the wall in 1 and 2. They're bumping wheels down the back straight away. Joel Berkeley gets turned around on the back stretch. But into turns number 3 and 4 we go for the final time. And down the main straight away, Jason Crawford will win heat race number 4 by the narrowest of margins. Wow, wow, wee. What a race fans. How about that? Give it up for your heat race number 4 winner. Driving the JSI Racing number 12, Jason Crawford. Let's check out your results by .059 at the start line. Wow, race fans, what a run in heat race number 4. Crawford awarded with the win. Then back to Wilson, Russell, Bryan in position number 4. Then back to Claridge, Davies, Redcliffe, Plater, Berkeley, and Cole Ferguson. How about this, race fans? Clayton Davies coming through a B main tonight, and that is not what you want. Well, race fans, here it is. The final heat race of the night is upon us for the penultimate round of the Hobbs Drenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series for 2022. Let's go through your grid quickly. Paul Hose, Aston Hurley front row. Then back to Cody Lawrence, Harry Stewart, row 2. Sean Stevens, Brad O'Brien, row 3. David Clifford, Neville Ulf, row 4. Then back to Hato Bish and Tony Walsh, rounding out your 10-car field. So we got one more lap around the speedway. I'll tell you what, race fans, how cool is tonight? here at Port Royal Speedway. This is a fun little racetrack. And I tell you what, very cool looking race car on the speedway. If you notice that race car, race fans, do let us know. That is one of the JPS cars back in the day from modern era 1990s Australian sprint car racing, where one of the Kinzers actually came out and drove that car. So that was actually pretty cool to see that race car on the racetrack for tonight. Aston Hurley, right, starting on the outside of the front row, the Allure Esports Horsham Off-Road back number 99. Watch Harry Stewart as well, the Titan Grafton Carports. United Sim Sports number 11s, we are green. Good start for Paul Hose, down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Hurley on the top side. Down the back straight away we go. Trouble for the JPS car. He's around on the back straight away, and we are going to go yellow. No, not at the moment. Wow. So not the start you want tonight. Hurley on the fence. We are caution yellow on the racetrack. Caution is out. Right now, it looks like a couple of cars getting together on the speedway. Cody Lawrence and Neville Alf, I think it was. Just as the yellow flag was thrown. So it looks like Cody Lawrence and Neville Alf. So not the way you want to start your night here at Port Royal Speedway. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. So cars line up 2 by 2 formation. Sean Stevens, won round number 14 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Round 13 it was at Bristol. We're set to go back to green. This time, Hurley and Stewart on the front row. We're back to green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Sean Stevens on the bottom side of the speedway, the Tasmanian. Bumps wheels with O'Brien. Sean Stevens in the wall down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. O'Brien up to P3 right now on the racetrack. The 77 car is on the move. Here comes O'Brien down the back straight away. Nearly pulls even with Aston Hurley. Into turns 3 and 4 we go this time. By down the main straight away we go. O'Brien is on the charge in the 77. Into turns 1 and 2. No! Hurley upside down, keeps the car going. Wow. It's all on right now, but Harry Stewart with 5 laps to go. The Titan Garages and Carports, United Sim Sports number 11. Into turns number 3 and 4, runs the cushion. Right around the lip here at Port Royal Speedway. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Down the back stretch, Harry Stewart all over it right now in the 11 car. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go once again as he crosses the stripe. 3 to run. As they head down the back chute into corners number 3 and 4 this time. Stewart nearly found the wall there in turns 3 and 4. Not the way you want to start your night though. So down the back stretch, lap and a half to go for your race leader. Brad O'Brien still in hot pursuit in the 77. David Clifford up to position number 3 now in the 29. Meanwhile, 1 lap to go. for your race leader, Harry Stewart. Into corners number 3 and 4 for the final time, for the final heat race. For round 15, Harry Stewart gets the job done. The Titan Garage and Carports, United Sim Sports number 11, absolutely on a charge by 1.44 seconds. Wow, wow, here we go. Heat race number 5. Results: Stewart, O'Brien, Clifford, Bish. Then you get back to Walsh, Hurley, Ulf, Sean Stevens, Cuddy Lawrence, and Paul Hose. Well, race fans, it is now time for the first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight. Here is your starting grid for tonight's C Main. Rowan Jones, Titan Vanderward, row 1. Tony Walsh, John Schultz, row 2. Clayton Davies and Nash Granger, row 3. Alex Hanna, Neville Ulf, row 4. Scott Medhurst and Craig Plater in row number 5. And then you get back to Michael Rutledge and Sam Haycock, row 6. And then go back to Cody Lawrence, Bo Nation, and Cole Ferguson to round out your 15 cars. 15 laps it is. The first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight. It is time to get set to go racing. Pace car off the circuit. Watch Clayton Davies in the 50 entry. On the inside of row number 3, that car is going to be quick in this one. We're set to go green. 15 laps on the board. Let's go racing. Oh no, already a crash on the main straightaway. Davies just got through that. We are caution already yellow on the speedway. So cars will get set to line up once again. Pretty cool shot there of Titan Vanderward and Clayton Davies. Rolling into turn number 3 and 4. There is Rowan Jones in the speedshop51.com. Edge Esports. 81 Racewear, number 25 entry. So we will get set to go back to green this time. Double file restart for this one. Davies now up to P3 on the racetrack. We're set to go. Still got a few laps left to go in this one. Rowan Jones, Titan Vanderward, front row. We're back to green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Jones on the top side. Down the back straight away we go. Clayton Davies coming through the field as well. On the top side of the speedway, we are caution yellow. Once again, Cole Ferguson. It is in the 81 car. And, well, that's not the way you want to end your night here at Port Royal Speedway. So, Cole Ferguson, it was the Rutledge Brothers Racing Renegade number 81 entry. Yeah, just caught whatever happened in turn 1 and 2. Just called the end of that one, and unfortunately Ferguson went for a bit of a ride in that 81 car. I think Scott Medhurst was involved in that one as well. He's out of the race for tonight, so too John Schultz. So we are going to get set to go back to green flag racing. So this time, we will get set to let them loose. C-Main, we still got 10 laps to go. Rowan Jones, Titan Vanderwood, Clayton Davies, Alex Hanna, row 2. Back to green we go. Davies looks like got a little bit loose on that restart there. Back down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Davies gets the power down in that race car. Now up to position number 2. Onto the top side of the speedway. Alex Hanna to go. Oh no, big crash. In turn 3 and 4 we stay green. Back down to 1 and 2 we go. Here comes Craig Plater as well. Platty in the wall. In turn 1 and 2. Into turns 3 and 4 we go this time by and down the main straightaway. We've got 6 to run. As they head down the back straightaway with 5.5 laps to go. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go this time by. Davies now to the race lead with a slider in turn 3 and 4. Down the main chute we run into 1 and 2. Rowan Jones relegated back to position number 2 right now. Here comes Cody Lawrence in the 55 car. Lawrence up 10 positions right now in the 55 entry, the JPM Jason Pride Motorsports number 55 car. Up now 10 positions here in tonight's C-Main. Down the back straightaway we go. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time. Now 11 laps in the books. And Davies just runs the top side like a champion. Down the back straightaway we run this time into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Down the main straightaway. This time we've got 3 laps to run. Here in tonight's C-Main. We're watching the battle on screen for second right now between Rowan Jones and Cody Lawrence. It is in the 55 car. Lawrence tries to diamond it off the corner down the main straightaway this time. Doesn't make it work. In the 55 entry, they go back down to turns 1 and 2. Into the corners number 3 and 4 we run this time by. The white flag will be displayed for your race leader, Clayton Davies. Back down to turns 1 and 2 we go for the final time. Here in tonight's C-Main, the first of 2 last chance qualifiers. Meanwhile, into corners number 3 and 4, Cody Lawrence with a final slide job on Rowan Jones for P2. Jones turns it back underneath him. It'll be Davies, Jones and Cody Lawrence, your top 3. What a race here in tonight's C-Main race, fans. What a run. Clayton Davies, well done, sir. We'll check out your results for tonight's C-Main. So here we go. Davies, Jones, Lawrence, your top 3. Then back to Granger, Plater, Ulf, Vanderwood, Nation, Walsh, and Alex Hanna to round out your top 10. Well, race fans, here we go. The final last chance qualifier for round 15 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series looks like this. Jason Burke and Kinsey Claridge, row 1. Alex Gavia and Ethan Bastian, row 2. Aston Hurley, Thomas Mitchell, row 3. Gary Redcliffe and Callum Davidson, row 4. Darren Silcock, Sean Stevens, row number 5. Near back to Nick Ryan and Joel Berkeley, row number 6. As we roll over the page, or roll down the page, we go to Riley Simpson, Stephen Haley, and Paul Hose. It is in position number 15. We're set to go green. B-Main, last chance to get into the big dance. 15 on the board, we're green. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go for the first time. Nearly 3 wide down the back straight away. Ethan Bastian looks for the race lead. Slide job on Jason Burke. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Bastian caught the wall down the main straight away. Opening lap will go to Jason Burke. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Bastian right around the top side in turn 1 and 2. Kids of Claridge in the wall as well in the 71. We've got it, cars upside down. So we will get set to, we are cautioned, unfortunately, on the speedway at the moment. We will get set to let them loose once again. I do believe that was Darren Silcock and Aston Hurley. So Kinsey Claridge being penalised for that initial contact in turn 1 and 2, being sent rear of field for Kinsey Claridge in the 71. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. Ethan Bastian, Thomas Mitchell. The Speedshot51.com, Vortex Sim Sports, Pace Graphics, WA02 entry. Also got LCJ Carpentry on board that race car. Also check out his new little thing that he's doing at the moment, Style Photography. Check out them on Facebook. Does a lot of the photography here on iRacing, especially with that Vortex Sim Sports team. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. Bastian, Ed Mitchell, Davidson, and Jason Burke. We're back to green. As we head back down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Bastian on the top side pulls in the lengthy lead. Down the back straight away. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run. Burke through the middle part of the speedway, holding it down right now in position number 3, but he's got company from Sean Stevens. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Burke runs the top. Callum Davidson right round the outside. Goes for the double daily slide job, but runs right round the top side of the speedway for Callum Davidson. Just absolutely hauled that car in turn 1 and 2. As we head back down to turns 1 and 2 this time, Thomas Mitchell chasing after a race leader of Ethan Bastian. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. We are caution yellow on the speedway. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. Once the yellow lights go out around the speedway. So not a bad way to cap off the night here at Port Royal Speedway. So, Ethan Bastian and Thomas Mitchell, front row. Callum Davidson, Sean Stevens on row number 2. Nick Ryan coming through the field as well. The Dutton 1 Team 10 Motorsports, number 98 entry. So we will get set to go back to green flag racing this time. Pace car off the circuit. We've got 8 cars left on the speedway. We're back to green. Back down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Bastian on the top side. Down the back straightaway we go. Here comes Joel Berkeley, though. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Thomas Mitchell through the middle part of the speedway. Holds it down. We got cars all over the racetrack right now. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. Nick Ryan holds it down the back of the bus at the moment. But meanwhile, back up at the ranch, Ethan Bastian on point right now in the 54 entry. Down the main straightway we go. Into turns 1 and 2, Thomas Mitchell on the top side of the speedways. We head down the back straight away into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Here comes Joel Berkeley through the middle. Drifts up high on the speedway. Takes second from Thomas Mitchell. Mitchell turns it back underneath him. Down the main straightaway we go. Back down to 1 and 2. The battle is on for the final transfer spot into tonight's A-main. Down the back straightaway we go. Into turns number 3 and 4. Berkeley again with another look in turn 3 and 4. Nearly parks on the nose of the 0-2 car. Meanwhile, into turns 1 and 2 we go once again for the final time. Thomas Mitchell battling with Joel Berkeley. Ethan Bastian, he's gone. The B main goes to Ethan Bastian, but the final transfer spot is up for grabs of the line, and Joel Berkeley will get it. Joel Berkeley will take out the final transfer spot into tonight's A-main. What a run by the number 9 entry of Joel Berkeley. Gets the final transfer spot into tonight's A-main. Congratulations goes to Ethan Bastian, though, for taking out tonight's B-main. Then back to Joel Berkeley, Thomas Mitchell, Callum Davidson, Nick Ryan, Stephen Haitley. Then back to Riley Simpson, Sean Stevens, Jason Burke, and Gary Redcliffe to round out your top 10. Your non-finishers tonight, Kinzer Claridge, Darren Silcock. Then back to Aston Hurley, Alex Gavir, and Paul Hose to round out your top 15 cars. Race fans, we're going to take a short break here on UltimateDirtTV, regather our voice, and we'll come back on the other side of this with your 35-lap A-main, the penultimate round of the 2022 Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series live here at Port Royal Speedway. Don't go away. Well, race fans, welcome back to UltimateDirtTV. Round number 15 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series is about to be underway. We're about to jump into tonight's A-main. We will get your starting field up right now so that way we can get into it nice and quick. We'll go from top to bottom tonight, race fans. Your pole sitter for tonight's round 15 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series, Lewis Clark, will start on the pole position to his outside. Driving car number 49 for CFM Esports, that is Ryan Avila. Position number 3 will be the 14 car of Cooper Wilson. Position number 4, driving the JSI Racing Valvoline Hobbs Trenching and Boring, number 12 machine of Jason Crawford. Position number 5, driving the Titan Garages and Carports United Sim Sports, number 11, that's Harry Stewart. Position number 6 will be the 13 car of Todd Gaudry. Position 7 will be the 51 car for TJS Sim Sports. It's Tyler Stralo. Position number 8 will be the 34 car of Darcy Wilson. Position number 9 will be the 48 of Luke Wilson. Position number 10 will be the 77 of Brad O'Brien. Position number 11 will be the 64 car of Brent Hobbs. Position number 12, driving car number 2, will be Braden Miller. Position number 13, with a 71 car of Brooke Marquis. Position number 14 with the 27 of Jaden Russell. Position 15 with the 29 of David Clifford. Hayden Vickers will start the 15 car from 17. Then you're back to Kai Jensen, Daniel Nickel, Paul Bryan, Hato Bish, Clayton Davies from 21. Ethan Bastion, Rowan Jones, and Joel Berkeley down the back of the bus. Here we go, race fans. It's time. The Track Tech X machine on the front row. What do you reckon, race fans? Who's going to get the job done for the penultimate round of the Hobbs Boring 360 Sprint Car Series live here at Port Royal Speedway? Ladies and gentlemen, you've had the appetizers. Now it's time for the main course. 35 laps on the board. Round 15 of the Hobbs Boring 360 Sprint Car Series is green. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Down the back straight away, cars all over the speedway right now. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Lewis Clark, your current race leader. Into turns 1 and 2, Avilia on the top side. Cooper Wilson looking to make it work through the middle, gets the power down in the 14 car. Moves himself up into position number 2 right now on the speedway. We're caution yellow on the speedway. Caution on the speedway. Well, race fans, what a start. Here in tonight's A-Main. It is all on. Right now. Not actually sure where that started. So unfortunately, I don't have a replay for that one. Well, race fans, we will get set to line them up 2x2 formation once again. Looks like we have still all 26 cars on the speedway. So we are going to go back to green flag racing this time by pace car is off the circuit. Set to go back to green at turn number 4. Green flag is back out. It's a good restart for Cooper Wilson. Turns it back underneath. Lewis Clark now in turn 1 and 2. Takes a race lead down the back straight away. There was carnage in turn 1 and 2. Ryan Avilia and Tyler Strallo. It was in turn number 1 and 2. We got carnage again in turn 3 and 4. We're cautioned once again on the speedway. And oh my. I tell you what, race fans, it's all on right now. Clayton Davies from position 21 and is already up to position 13. And I tell you what, race fans, that Hobbs Trenching and Boring Western Machine Shop Atlantic Oils number 50 car is on point. Jason Crawford still back there in position number 6 at the moment. So, good to see Crawford having a good run tonight. The JSI Racing, Southern Cross Transport Equipment Group, KRA Race Engines, SP Tools, Valvoline, Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 12 entry. We got to see his son race last week at Linear National Speedway in the number 20 car. Came home third in his heat race. So pretty cool that Callum Crawford got to race last week at Linear National Speedway. Doesn't have, we didn't have him here this week. So, kicking off his rookie iRacing career. So we'll get set to go back to green flag racing. This time, single file restart. Pace car off the circuit. Cooper Wilson is your race leader. Harry Stewart back there in position number 3. At the moment, Lewis Clark in 2. We're back to green. Back down to turns 1 and 2. No! There was nearly contact between Harry Stewart and your race leader. And it's all on in turn 3 and 4. There was one car turned around in turn 3 and 4. I'm not too sure who that was. I think it may have been Todd Gaudry. It was a white car. So yes, it was Todd Gaudry and Ryan Avila. So we're just going to check out exactly what happened on the speedway between Todd Gaudry and Ryan Avila. So it was all on in turn 1 and 2. So Gaudry was on the top side, caught the right rear of Brad O'Brien. Gaudry came down the racetrack and, well, it was all on from there. So Ethan Bastion, out of the race for tonight, was running down in the 19th position. So Cooper Wilson, Lewis Clark, Harry Stewart, Darcy Wilson, Jason Crawford in the top 5. Thinking back to O'Brien, Luke Wilson, David Clifford, Braden Miller, and Paul Bryan, your top 10. We're back to green. Into turns 1 and 2. Harry Stewart's gone for a slider on the Track Tech X machine of Lewis Clark. Makes it work down the back straight away. Clark turns it back underneath him. Goes for the daily double. Slide job in 3 and 4. Doesn't make it work. There was contact between your race leaders. Harry Stewart, though, has decided to go to the bottom side of the speedway. Takes the race lead in turn 1 and 2. Away from Lewis Clark. Down the back straight away we go. Into corners number 3 and 4. We run this time by. Down the main straightaway. We're now working lap number 15 of 35. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. This time down the back straight away into corners number 3 and 4. Your race leader is Harry Stewart. Second is Lewis Clark. Third is Cooper Wilson. Fourth is Darcy Wilson. Fifth is Braden Miller. Sixth is Brad O'Brien. Seventh is Jason Crawford as they cross the line. Into turns number 1 and 2 and down the back straight away we go. Your top 3 spread out pretty nicely at the moment. Into corners number 3 and 4 we go. Braden Miller a little bit sideways out of turn number 4. We are caution yellow on the speedway. And well, race fans, as we know with the JSI Racing League, we get a maximum of 4 yellows. And that is our now 4th caution of the night here in tonight's A-Main. And now we race till the end, which means it's green flag laps all the way from here on out. So it looks like Joel Berkeley was involved as well in a crash with Brooke Marquis. So made contact with Daniel Nicol. And unfortunately, Brooke Marquis had nowhere to go in the 71 car. So we are set to go back to green. Harry Stewart looking to go back-to-back this week. Took out last week at Linear National Speedway. Clayton Davies up into the top 10 right now. We've still got a lot of laps left to go, race fans. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Harry Stewart, your race leader. Lewis Clark back there in P2. Then back to Cooper Wilson, Darcy Wilson, Brad O'Brien. Then back to Braden Miller, Jason Crawford in the top, just inside the top 8. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. Stewart separated by only a couple of tenths in it. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go this time. On the cushion for Harry Stewart. Just nearly cops the wall coming out of turn number 4. Back down to turns 1 and 2 we go. We're now 20 laps in the books. We've got 15 laps to go. Into corners number 3 and 4 this time. And I tell you what, race fans, it's all on. We've got battles. Middle of the pack right now. Braden Miller is in there. Brad O'Brien is in there. Darcy Wilson as well is in there. Jason Crawford inside, just inside the top 8. Clayton Davies coming through the field as well. He's in position number 8 at the moment. Running the top side of the speedway like a boss. Into turns 1 and 2. Davies pulls the slider on Jason Crawford. We said we'll keep an eye on the 50 car throughout the night. Here's your car and series points leader this season with the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. And down the back straight away. Davies now up to position number 7. Your race leader is still Harry Stewart. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Jason Crawford not giving up the fight. He's inside the top 8. Paul Bryan as well coming through the field. He's in the 9th position at the moment. Meanwhile, back up at the ranch, Harry Stewart still your race leader. 2nd is Lewis Clark. 3rd is Cooper Wilson. 4th is Brad O'Brien. 5th is Braden Miller. 6th is Darcy Wilson. 7th is Clayton Davies. 8th is Jason Crawford. 9th is Paul Bryan. 10th is Kai Jensen. This time by down the main straight away, 26 laps in the books. We've got just inside the 10 lap mark. Into corners number 3 and 4 this time by Harry Stewart, opening up the gap between himself and Lewis Clark. This time by as they cross the stripe. Close to a full second worth of a race lead for Harry Stewart into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straight away. O'Brien still up there in position number 4 at the moment, trying to track down third place getter at the moment of Cooper Wilson. Davies now up into position number 6, took 7th away from Darcy Wilson. I tell you what, race fans, this 50 car is on point. He's going to be looking to take away 5th from Braden Miller at the moment. He's got him set in sights. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. We're now working lap number 30 of 35, which means we've got 6 laps to go. Now 5 as they cross the stripe. Clayton Davies absolutely on a mission right now in that 50 car. Into turns 3 and 4 we go this time, and down the main straightaway. Jason Crawford's pulled out of the race for tonight. He's done. He'll get awarded with 17th here tonight at Port Royal Speedway. Meanwhile, Harry Stewart working lap traffic. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go. Next car on his hit list is Brooke Marquis in the 71 car. Stewart now with 3 laps to go. I tell you what, race fans, he took the win last week at Linear National Speedway. He's just a class driver. Along with him and Clayton Davies, Oh, Davies is out. Clayton Davies. No, why is it showing that he was out then for? He's still there in position 6. My live timing is playing games with me at the moment. He's still on the top side of the speedway looking for a top 5. I'll tell you what, race fans, he started in position 21. He's up now 15 positions along with Rowan Jones. If he passes Braden Miller, that'll make him hard charger for tonight. Meanwhile, into turn 3 and 4, he's gone back-to-back this week. Race fans, Harry Stewart will take out tonight's A-main. Second will go to Lewis Clark. Third to Cooper Wilson. Fourth to Brad O'Brien. So how about it, race fans? Harry Stewart gets the job done tonight. Here at Port Royal Speedway, the Titan Garages and Carports, United Sim Sports number 11. Well done to Harry Stewart, back-to-back wins this week. And he still wants to run laps as he pulls it to the infield. So how about that, race fans? Pulls it up on the dais. Shuts the race car down. And I'll tell you what, race fans, what a win tonight for Harry Stewart. Goes back-to-back here at Port Royal Speedway. We will get your official place getters up onto the screen. So we'll go through a quick rundown with your place getters. Harry Stewart awarded with the win. 2.19 seconds over Lewis Clark. What a win tonight for Harry Stewart. Third went to Cooper Wilson. Fourth to Brad O'Brien. Fifth to Braden Miller. Sixth to Clayton Davies. Seventh went to Darcy Wilson. Eighth to Rowan Jones. Ninth to David Clifford. 10th to Luke Wilson. 11th to Kai Jensen. 12th to Brooke Marquis. 13th to Cody Lawrence. 14th Daniel Nickel. 15th Haydo Bish. Position 16 went to Todd Gaudry. 17th Jason Crawford. 18th went to Paul Bryan. 19th Joel Berkeley. And 20th went to Hayden Vickers. Well, race fans, we will catch up now with your top 3. As we have third in here at the moment. We'll drop Harry down into the waiting room. I know we probably won't get Lewis Clark, so we'll kick off the interviews here tonight. Well, race fans, how about getting up for third place getter here tonight at Port Royal Speedway for the penultimate round of the Hobbs Trenching Boring 360 Sprint Car Series? How about it for the 14 car of Cooper Wilson and Cooper, mate? Well done here tonight, bud. It was an absolute tough track out there, but hey, third place, not a bad way to cap off the night.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The track was very tough there. Not sure how I hung on to third there. Brad was right on me, but I think a bit of luck there helped me with them lap cars. But yeah, it was tough.
Mate, run us through this racetrack. We know she's always fast, and we know that there's a few holes here at Port Royal Speedway. But, mate, run us through the racetrack. It was slick from top to bottom, but we know that top side of the speedway up against the wall in turn 1 and 2 especially gets pretty bumpy up there.
Yeah, it's very rough there. There's one big rut there, sort of whole thing. Yeah, you just got to bounce through it and keep going. But, if it's not slider, it's the top, but the slider's not very quick. So, yeah, it's just the top.
Mate, preferred line for you here tonight, obviously the top side of Speedway, but there's still a little bit of moisture by the looks of things on the bottom side as well.
Yeah, there's still moisture down there on the bottom, but I don't know if you had to hit it pretty well to get it working. I couldn't seem to hit it very well at the start there, so I just stuck to the top and yeah, never really moved off it. So yeah.
Mate, congratulations on third here tonight. Well done, and a class drive by your team here tonight, mate. Sponsor shout outs, who turns the wheels on the 14 car?
Yeah, just Rocco Motorsports and Hobbs Trenching and Boring, and then all the other boys in the Discord, Miller, Davies, Hobbsy, Luke, and Stralo. Cheers.
Well, there it is, race fans. How about giving up for third place getter here tonight? Cooper Wilson, home in position number 3. Well done, mate. We'll see you back for the grand finale next week.
Thanks, mate.
There it is, Cooper Wilson home in position number 3 here tonight. Well, race fans, it's a back-to-back win for this guy here tonight. How about it? Needs no introduction to UltimateDirtTV, driving the Titan Garages and Carports United Sim Sports number 11. How about it for you race winner, race fans? Harry Stewart. Harry, mate, we spoke to you last week. Obviously, it was a tough track at Lanier. Tough track again here tonight, mate. That top side was rough as guts.
Yeah, no, you're right. I thought I was hoping the bottom would come back a little bit just to give it a bit more of a, I guess make it for 2 lanes of racing, so it wouldn't just be slide or die on the top and try not to lose your momentum. Which I got pretty lucky in that sense at the start of the race. I think the first or second yellow when I was in, or the first single file yellow, I threw a slider on Lewis and I'd be out catch fence Cooper. So I got pretty lucky there not to murder him. And then I sort of said to Darcy, I was like, oh, I'm just going to run top unless Lewis doesn't get a good start. And I was lucky to sort of slot in there. And then I think into 3, Lewis sort of did the same thing I did on the start and just, yeah, it's pretty different how far you can go on a slider here compared to all the other tracks. So sort of got them crossed up and I saw it coming, so I just crossed over, and after that I was just trying not to stick it in the fence for I think it was like 20 laps or something, which definitely had its challenges. So yeah,
Mate, obviously Cooper Wilson alluded to it as well, mate, but that top side of the speedway, there's obviously, he said there was a big rut in turn 1 and 2. Run us through what your thoughts were with the track conditions here tonight.
Well, I quite prefer the track when it's top dominant and having a bit of character like it does, even though it's not technically realistic character, it's just sort of there. I don't mind it. It was sort of, I guess it's a bit easier for me when I was leading. I could just sort of push as much as I needed to. But I felt I sort of was leaving a bit on the table through 1 and 2 just to sort of counter that huge hole or 2 holes or whatever it was. So I think if I needed to, I could probably hit it really good 1 out of the 5 laps if I needed to really push through there, but I was lucky enough to be in a position where I didn't need to do that. So yeah, definitely challenging. It was thanks to Joel for helping after his race. Whatever happened to him, he just helped me out trying to find another line just in case Lewis caught up through the lap traffic, so he sort of found that cut down through 3 and 4, so it was pretty good there. So yeah.
Mate, awesome run here tonight. Again, another class drive this week here at Port Royal Speedway. Mate, sponsor shout-outs on this race car. We know there's a lot of them behind the scenes and a lot of boys in Discord that help you out each and every week.
Yeah, just like to thank everyone who did the race with us tonight. Joel helping out at the end of the race there, Darcy and Kez who had their own battles in the race. So, and everyone at United, so Titan Garages and Sheds, 87 Creative, Velocity SimLabs, everyone at JSI for putting the league on, Frags Tyres, and yourself for broadcasting.
Well, there it is, race fans. How about it? Like we said, this guy needs no introduction. Another class drive and goes back-to-back victories here on UltimateDirtTV this week. How about it for Harry Stewart, your race winner? Harry, mate, congratulations. Hopefully next week at Eldora, mate. She's going to be a tough one there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Similar track, really. So just longer straights here, and yeah.
Well, there's race fans. How about it, Harry Stewart, your race winner here tonight? Congratulations, mate. We'll hopefully see you back next week.
Cheers, mate.
There it is, Harry Stewart, your race winner here tonight. Well, race fans, how about it? We didn't get Lewis Clark, but nonetheless, congratulations to your top 3. We will head off to Eldora Speedway next week for the grand finale of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. My name is Matt Bailey. We say good night to everyone here on UltimateDirtTV, and we'll see you guys next week at Eldora.